What if I told you you could go from a blank screen to a fully written, fully designed, beautiful email ready to send in Klaviyo in under 20 minutes? No copywriter, no designer, no back and forth with any freelancer, just you, Claude, ChatGPT, and Klaviyo. What I'm about to show you is the exact process we're currently using at the agency to create emails that sound like they were fully written by the brand's team in a fraction of the time. Emails that match the brand's tone, speak to the right audience, and are ready to drop into Klaviyo and send. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the entire process step by step in real time. From creating copy with Claude to generating the actual fully designed email modules with ChatGPT to building the email in Klaviyo. By the end of this video, you'll be able to do this yourself. Let's go. All right, so for the sake of this example right here, I wanna create basically an email that promotes the Clear Protein by Bloom Nutrition. So I'm gonna create a beautiful email that's gonna be ready to be used using only AI in under 20 minutes. So the first step is going to Claude, because we at the agency, we actually create the copy through Claude. ChatGPT's copy has become extremely generic. It just sucks in general. So I highly recommend you use Claude for email copy, right? So the first step that you need to do is go to essentially create a new project for your brand, right? In this project, I want you to, in your file section here, I want you to essentially import as many details as possible, as much relevant information as possible in relation, of course, to your brand. So anything that actually makes sense when it comes to creating copy that actually resonates with your audience, right? So branding guidelines, tone of voice, like no-nos when it comes to copy, etc. Plus, what we do at the agency is we also import, I'm not gonna show you right now, I'm gonna blur this section right here, but we import a bunch of like copywriting resources. So books, resources, stuff like that. So very popular books you can find online, for example, you can import those here. So the actual copy follows proven frameworks, right? Not only from DDC, but also from direct copy, like Minds as well, if you will. So do that. Again, in the file section, import as many details as you can regarding your audience, branding guidelines, tone of voice, etc., as well as any other copywriting resource you think is actually relevant, all right? So that's the first step. The next step is actually using this prompt right here. By the way, if you want me to share this prompt with you, just DM me on LinkedIn. I'd be more than happy to share this with you. I don't really care. So prompt is, I'm not gonna read the entire thing, just going over, just skim through it. So you're an expert e-commerce copywriter specializing in writing high converting email copy for e-com brands. You've been hired by, of course, the brand itself. Before writing anything, you must thoroughly internalize and analyze all the information about Bloom, right? Provided in the project section in full detail. That's why this section is so important. Treating it as the primary source of truth for strategy, positioning, constraints, and execution, along with the copywriting documents, right? To know how to write high converting copy, all right? And then after that, I just give some guidelines regarding how to format this. Again, you can personalize this prompt as much as you like. Every brand is different. Every brand has different guidelines, if you will, right? And then I just talk about how to create infographics as well, like how to provide that infographic. Because for most emails we create, we actually use a bunch of infographics, right? So I provide a bunch of like infographic examples as well as to how to format it. So the output is optimized for using it on other areas, for example, for image generation, for instance, right? So that's gonna be the first step. I'm gonna enter, and then I'm gonna let you know once that's ready. All right, so this is the result. It basically analyzed the entire thing, and all the books, etc. I'm gonna blur these because this is basically saying what books it analyzed. I don't want to get in trouble here, right? So that's that. What's the angle of the email? So again, I want to promote this product right here. So what I'm going to do is this product right here, Clear Protein, description, and I'm just going to copy the entire thing here. Extremely important. As many details as you can, obviously. That way the output is perfect, right? You'll see like the copy is very solid. It's not ChatGPT copy at all, right? I'm gonna copy this right here as well. Let me copy, paste, and then I'm gonna also copy and paste all the FAQs. And that's it, right? I'm gonna hit enter again and then get back to you. So actually I hit my session limit. Yes, this is Claude, happens to me all the time. It's very frustrating. So I'm gonna wait until 2 p.m. to resume the video. Fortunately, I already created copy for this brand right here a while ago. So I'm just gonna reuse the same copy for this specific example video, right? Now, this is where things get pretty interesting. So we've got the copy ready to be used for an email design, right? So what I'm gonna do is, on this document right here, I'm gonna share it in the description box below. So feel free to just check that out. It's gonna be free, so just copy and paste it. But this is the image generation or email design generation prompt. How this works is in the bracket section where there are brackets here, you have to fill it out with stuff that actually makes sense for what you want, right? I already did it. So of course, ideally, like I'm not gonna go through the entire thing, but ideally you wanna attach your branding guidelines as well. Obviously I don't have them, so I'm gonna tell ChatGPT to just do the research yourself, okay? So I'm gonna copy and paste it right now. Copy and paste the entire thing here, up until here. I'm not gonna copy this right here. I'm gonna explain what this is later. Okay, I'm gonna paste it. And by the way, I'm using the free version because I don't really use ChatGPT anymore. I do have my email designers. Some of our email designers are using ChatGPT for some email stuff, but myself, I don't use it at all anymore because Claude is better for the most part for copy. It's, like as I mentioned before, it's way better. Okay, so this is the prompt. I'm just gonna walk you through the main things here. So brand context, where it's green, you have to fill it out. So the first thing I want to create is the hero section, the above default section. So that's what I'm creating right now. Something I've seen before is that if I ask ChatGPT to create the entire thing, the output is not perfect. Like I don't really like it. So I just prefer to do it in sections, right? And then using Figma, you can just put those sections, stitch them together, and then you have a full email ready to be used in Klaviyo. So the first section I'm going to create is obviously going to be the hero section. I just have some brand context here. Blue nutrition, website, blah, blah, blah. The style, again, this is pretty generic. But again, the more details, as you know, the better. So feel free to just expand on these depending on your brand, right? So that's that. And then here the content, so it's blank because I'm gonna copy and paste the copy that we actually have here with Claude, right? So section content here is exactly because I'm creating the hero section. I'm gonna copy the headline, subheadline, and CTA, the first CTA, because this is the hero section. This right here is gonna be the body copy, if you will. If you want, you can call it whatever you want. So for this one right here, I'm just gonna create the hero section first. I'm gonna hit enter and then wait a little bit here. Actually, I made a mistake because I didn't attach the actual assets from the brand itself. I didn't copy and paste the logo, etc. I'm gonna do it right now, and as you can see, like the output is pretty awesome. However, obviously it's not the actual packaging itself, so I'm gonna attach some assets and then recreate this right here. Now let me just copy and paste all this stuff right here on the same prompt. I'm just gonna copy image here, paste it, copy this one as well, all of them. This one, and then let me see if I can also copy the logo here. What I'm gonna do is logo, nice, copy image, and then paste it here and then click enter again. All right, so this is the new result. I mean, I have nothing else to say here. Pretty great. Again, of course, you can ask it, let's say for example you want to have the logo in the middle, you can ask it to just place it here, or you can ask it to just remove it and then place it yourself in when using Figma, right? Which is going to be probably easier and just better, but this is already perfect. So let's create the next section, and this is why this continuation prep is so important, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this right here, which basically states that I just want to make sure the two sections, they flow really well, right? That's the main goal behind this entire prompt right here. And then I'm just gonna recopy the entire thing here and just tweak a few things. So Now I'm creating the body copy section. So select the section is going to be the body copy. Everything else is the same, and then of course the content also changes here because I'm going to copy the rest. It's going to be body copy like so, right? So it's ready to be used. Let's see what that looks like. Yo, this is awesome, dude. You see what I mean? Like, this is already, if I was running a brand and I didn't really have a dedicated like marketing agency or an email marketer, then I would just definitely use this process. I'm being that serious. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna just download both of these visuals right here, right? One, I'm gonna just call it one, and then this one right here as well. Like so, download. And then I'm gonna go to Figma right here. I already created a Figma file, right? And then I'm gonna go to desktop right here and then copy both of the elements. And then just place them like so here. They both should be 600 pixels width. You know, something I didn't really like about this in this specific instance is the transition. There isn't a good transition between these two right here. Not a big deal because, for example, like for this brand, let me see how they go about having transitions between these sections in the website. That's what I mean. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to have a better transition. Please have a better transition at the top of this last design section so that it flows really well with the previous one. Right now, they just look like whole different sections. No connection between them. That shouldn't be the case, as it's one email. Let me see what the output is here. Yeah, the output is not what I wanted because it's merging with the previous section, I believe. Not perfect again. Like as it is right now, it's pretty good, right? So this could be 100% used as an email from a brand, 100%. So what I'm gonna do, just to make it a little bit better and just have at least some sort of transition here, is I'm going, of course, like this is a frame that I'm gonna use. Emails are always need to be at least 600 pixels in width, and then when exporting them, which I'm gonna show you how to do it, they should be exported at least 2x, so 1200 pixels in width. And then I'm gonna just paste both. When creating emails, by the way, using Figma, always create a frame first, and then you can paste the elements inside that frame, okay? Which in this case, I'll just paste them like so, right? Really good. So the next step is I want the frame background to be the same color as this one right here. So it's actually better, right? Or at least same background color as this one. Better. All right, and the next step is I want to have a gradient here. First, I want to get rid of this kind of leaf right here. Let me see if I can do it with, sorry, this right here. Perfect. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a gradient here for this image, right? So at least it blends in some sort of way. This is personal preference, again, just for the sake of this video. This email go out as it is right now, 100%, no problem at all. Just I want to make sure that everything is perfect, right? So that's obviously not going to be the color. For the color, I'm going to use, for the gradient color, I'm going to use again this same cream color. And then yeah, as you can see, it's way better. I mean, the transition is actually very solid. And then this is ready to go. So the next step is use the slice feature. So click on S, right, and use the slice feature right here. Copy, I'm gonna copy this section, export it, as I mentioned before, 2x, right? Slice 1. Slice 2, oh, sorry, slice 2. Slice 3. Slice 4. Slice 5. And then go to tiny PNG, which is the compression website we use. There are others, and they're pretty much all the same. Select all your slices. All right, this is ready. I'm gonna download all the compressed images here, decompress the file. Go to, let's say this is your Klaviyo account. Click here, add an image. I'm gonna get rid of this right here. Select images, upload image, decompress images. I'm gonna, by the way, if this is the first time you're uploading images, go here, upload settings, and then use originals. We don't want Klaviyo to compress the images. The compression feature in Klaviyo is not the best, so it's actually better to do it externally and then import the compressed images directly into Klaviyo, right? So let's go. And then the next step is basically, of course, you need to have you need to put all the alt text plus the link address, slice number 2, etc., etc. Slice number 3, duplicate size number 4, and then duplicate, and then slice number 5. Of course, this needs to be personalized depending on the brand itself, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is actually extremely good. I mean, this is perfect, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, this is perfect. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna link, as I mentioned before, this email design generation prompt in the description box below. So feel free to just copy and paste it and use it on your own. And if you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 50K per month right now, you're in a high-performing email marketing team to just essentially handle your entire retention marketing system, I'd be more than happy to just hop on a call with you. So a link to my Calendly, it's going to be in the description box below as well. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.